whispering and gum chewing with my new favourite gum. So I'll get out a piece of Wrigley's extra sugar-free. I think it's peppermint or spearmint flavour. I think it might be spearmint actually. Oh yeah, there it is there. Spearmint, I thought it was. I was just ripping that bit of paper off that said spearmint. This is my new favourite gum. There's that little red line to indicate where to rip. Pop the top off as well. Pop that to one side and push out a piece of a lovely white pellet of, spin that around, Wrigley's spearmint gum, and I'm going to pop that in my mouth. This is the packet of gum that I got the piece from last time for the last video I did with gum chewing. And there's a little half a piece of gum that was left over last time. So I'm going to pop that in my mouth as well. Okay, put that to one side. Today I'm doing a map of Tunisia. So I'm going to plug in my power bank. 100% is a good sign. Actually, if I had my time again, I think I'd buy the smaller one. The one that's half this size, so it's not quite so heavy to carry around. Okay, so turn on my light board, that's 3. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, that's it. And I've got my ruler here just to give the camera something to focus on, and I'll write Tunisia up here. Tunisia. And there you go. It's a portrait. Shaped country, if that makes sense. I'm totally off the line there. So yeah, it's not really a great, well, I'll say this a different way. Countries that are more of a landscape shape work better, I suppose, on these landscape style videos. But anyway, what I thought I could do with this one is if I include the other countries around it, and that'll kind of fill in the map. This is Algeria on the left or the east. No, sorry, west. I better draw my little map. I'm not sure why I always have a north, south, east and west. I often have a bit of a mental blank. Well, I'll get it around the wrong way anyway. There's probably not really a lot of coastlines to do here. So I think by adding in the other countries and colouring them in, I'll take my ruler away now. It makes it I don't really know what it makes it actually. Libya is here on the east, Algeria on the west. This is Sicily, which is part of Italy. And this is more of Italy up here. And it's Malta there. And this all around here is the Mediterranean Sea, which I'll write in next, I suppose. But what I'll do before I do that is I'm going to take away the light board and start colouring in Tunisia in the middle and do the coastline as well. Probably around there too, I'd say. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, so I'll take the light board away and come back and start the colouring in process, and I'll do that in one. This is the what I call it, the miracle of editing. I'm going to do it in 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm back from taking out the light board and straighten up the map. I thought I'd do Tunisia in a red, and today just there's only a few colours that I can really do the countries in. To make it sort of stand out. I've got a number of colours, but coloured pencils, but I think it's mainly red, orange and green. Not sure if there's any other colours. Oh, maybe purple. There's another colour that I use, but I thought today I haven't used red for a while. And I haven't used red for a while, so I thought I'd use red. Probably purple, maybe next time I use purple. Don't know. I don't really think that far in advance. S-A-M-A-X, and he's asked me for a while actually to do a map of Tunisia. I sort of put it on the list recently, a short list, but I didn't really know if I was going to do it or not, and then because up here it's sort of a portrait shape and things, and then I actually started, reading about Tunisia, getting some fun facts and everything organised, and I thought, wait a second, this is actually an interesting sort of country that probably a lot of people don't know about. So it would be worthwhile to do a map drawing video of apparently there's some great beaches along here. There's some interesting things to look at in the country, for tourists. So there's probably a number of, I have no idea how many, but people from Europe travelling to Tunisia for holidays, for vacation. So I don't know that I know anybody from Australia who's visited Tunisia, but maybe I haven't really asked the right questions. Maybe just down the supermarket, and I say, excuse me, do you know what aisle the bread is in? And have you ever been to Tunisia? Well, it's fairly unlikely, I suppose. I'm getting sidetracked there. But anyway, yeah, it actually seems like quite a interesting country. So here I am, enjoying the map of Tunisia. That's what I was going to do. I was going to write the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. It's that sort of comes around here as well. There's a little island there too that I just realised I missed. And this is the Gulf of Caves. I believe that's sort of the Mediterranean Sea goes down there in this Gulf of Cape. So here is the Gulf of Hammamet. Oh, there we go, yeah, and this is the Gulf of Tunis. Here we go. I've got Gulf of Tunis in this little section there. Oops, that's off Gulf of Tunisia. Hopefully I got in a fair bit of it. Well, I got gained in the comment section when I did the map of what was that? Was it Saudi Arabia? Just forgotten. I think it was Saudi Arabia, and I rather than writing the Persian Gulf. I just read the Gulf. People were quite upset about that. And what was I going to say? Oh, that's right, because on the map that I had printed off, I was working from, then it was just called the Gulf. So anyway, I try to do my best, but obviously if I spent a day researching all these countries, getting it all down pat, or day or even more, getting it all down pat, reading about them, then I probably would perhaps make less mistakes, but anyway. But you never know, as I always say. You don't know what you don't know, and you just don't know what mistakes you're going to make until you read the comments. And that's sort of too late then. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Now, so I got Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, got Malta there, which I probably should just spin around with a little bit of lots of Maltese in Australia. Italy. So lots of Italians that come to Australia, but I don't know that I've met anybody or know of anybody that's from Algeria, Tunisia, or Libya. So, but anyway, what am I going to do? I might make some notes over here. I could write it there, but I think my hand's going to be across it all the time. I went to write Algeria then, but I have to write Tunisia. Yeah, so the population is about 12 million, and then Arabic is the main language also, but people also speak French. And Algeria has, because it was at one point a French colony. Now, what I'll do now, it's shavings time. I don't really have a lot of shavings to do this time. It's probably going to be enough, I'd say. Well, what I like to do is get Mr. Brush and spread them around first, because it makes the spread it around a bit more evenly, and you don't get a sort of a big chunk of colour, and lighter in other spots, so it's relatively smooth. So that's that was done quite quickly. But what I'll do now is just sweep off the remaining red shavings. Oh, and anything else that's there. I suppose I should really colour in that little island, I'm pretty sure. That's still part of, Tunisia, the Jerba Island. Now a big chunk, a significant portion, I think was what I read on the internet, of Tunisia is part of the Sahara Desert. And that sort of sweeps across Algeria, Tunisia, Libya and those countries. But I kept looking at different maps, so I wasn't really sure where officially the Sahara Desert started. Some had it sort of, the border being there sort of thing, and all below it was the Sahara. Others had it sort of going through the middle and around, touching the coast there a bit in the southern half. So I think to know that a significant portion in the southern part of Algeria is, why do I keep saying Algeria? I'm going to have to write this on. The southern part of Tunisia. So it's a bit of it's a huge faux pas. Is part of is the Sahara Desert. So what I'm going to do, I didn't seem to have a red sharpie, but so I'll write in Tunisia. I think this is the important thing. I'll do that in pink because that's the closest colour I had. Apologies to everybody for Tunisia for the fact that I called it Algeria, so I've got Tunisia written now, so I should be good. Okay, so it's time to write in the cities, I'd say. Okay, so the capital. It's actually quite a hot day today, so I'm recording this in the morning. But I've just stepped out of the booth for a quick break. So get back into it. The capital of Tunisia is Tunis, which is roughly about there. Up on the coast here is Bizerte. Apologies for all my pronunciations or mispronunciations. Bija, El Kaf, there somewhere is Nabil. I suppose actually when I talked about the beaches I pointed just up to there, the golden beaches, but they could very well be all the way down there. And there's lots of towns along there as well, or cities. Sousse. There's an inland city called Ewan, and the coastal town of Mardia. Down here for Sfax. Kasserine. name was Nazarene with an N. I think it might have just been one S. One other city. Bozit. Bisher family. Not sure. I think she was probably born in Australia, but her family was from Lebanon. K-E-B, Billy. And you can see as we get down further south, the town's kind of away, and this is Urine, and there's the capital of Tunis. Okay. Down here, roughly, sort of a section, maybe like that, perhaps, and I think Kabili might be on the border. Is the Jebel National Park. National Park down there. I think there's a mountain up here called Mount Jambi. I'll put an arrow now. Mount Jambi with an H here. 1544 metres, but there's another mountain in here that was the highest point. I think that was the Mount Jebel, was it? And I actually think that was, I might just rub that off because I've just gone out and had a quick look. I thought I'd read that somewhere, but I couldn't find it when I went back to have a look just then. So I'll have to let that go. So with the tourism, there's the Golden Beaches, there's a fair bit of history, things to look at in Tunisia, and there's also these a number of great national parks to visit as well, and plus some arid deserts. So 99% are Muslims, and there's a strong economy in Tunisia of agriculture, phosphates, oil, manufacturing and tourism. Okay, so the recorded history starts 3,000 years ago. Might swap pencils. Sharp one. Where you had the Phoenicians. It's the 3,000 is the recorded history. And the Phoenicians founded the city up here, but no longer exists. It's called Carthage. Well, I don't think it exists. So I've just gone out and checked, and the ancient city of Carthage does not exist today. So that's why I haven't got the map. But when it did exist, it was around about this time. The Phoenicians became 3,000 years ago. The Phoenicians established the city of Carthage and became a major player in maritime power around the Mediterranean Sea. They clashed with Rome, and then eventually in 146 BC to sort of 2000, 1 overrunning the Phoenicians and destroyed the city of Carthage. That's where it was going with that comment. And after that, the 5th century, you had the Vandals. The Vandals arrived. And then after that, in 647 AD, 100 odd years later, you had an Arab conquest. That brought forth, is that the right word? Well, that started the Islamic era in Tunisia. Until, well, no, not until, but then 1574 became part of the Ottoman Empire. 1881 became a French colony. And finally, in 1956 it became an independent nation. So like a brief history of Tunisia. The dromedary, national animal. Interesting facts now. National animal is a dromedary, which is the type of camel. Dromedary. I told you about the Sahara Desert making up a significant portion. Although, and I suppose in a way, I'll finish that sentence first. I couldn't really kind of work out exactly where it starts and finishes when you think about them. There's probably not going to be one clear line where one side is a sandy desert and then the other side is green grass. So it'd have to be sort of a gradual move from green agricultural land to becoming a desert. So there won't be probably one just line in the sand. And the great thing about the Sahara was Star Wars. Now I'm not a Star Wars fan, so there were some scenes filmed in southern Tunisia in the Sahara Desert for Star Wars. And couscous apparently is the national dish. Couscous. National dish. And now, if you're unfamiliar with couscous, it's made with, it's like a type of pasta that's made with semolina flour and water. And I've recently discovered, well, I was told as well, that relaxing. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now. Goodbye. And actually, to finish off, I'm just going to do a bit of shavings actually. When I was looking at the map there, I thought I probably should have put a bit of blue around it. But I'll do this at the end with hopefully no talking. That is the map of Tunisia.